So shout out to the Shake Squad. Naughty Gang, stand up. It's your boy Shake, and it's time for some more NBA 2K19 news and information. This is all coming from lead gameplay director Mike Wang from his tweets. So this information can be validated. If you want, definitely follow him or just follow me and I'll bring the information to the table for you. Quick side note, I want to clarify my thoughts on the "they will know your name" slogan. Big shout out to Box Logo Tubbs for reminding me about this in yesterday's video. As mentioned in the past, when 2K revealed the first face scan technology, I remember telling them that they should work on some tech that allows the game to say our names. So my take on it is that "they will know your name" is more than likely because you'll have a list of names to choose from. Or maybe they really do have the tech to know what names you put in there. I just don't think they'll let you put some profanity in there. But the announcers and apparently even the actors in the cutscenes will speak it out. This is just my thoughts on it. We'll all find out during the prelude. Today we're going to talk about takeover, sharpshooting, shot creating, and post scoring. So first up, more information on takeover. Mike says,
you have the ability to use takeover off rip. It's not a badge, it's tied to your arc. You just won't have the full capabilities of your takeover until you get your badges and ratings up.
So contrary to popular belief, this is different from the Grand Badge. You don't have to earn this, you already start out with it. The more you get your badges worked on, the better it gets. He continues,
takeover length depends on your overall ratings. Bums can get it, but it's super short. Significantly longer for good players.
So basically, the better your player, the longer you'll be in takeover mode. And finally, he leaves us with this.
Takeover just applies to your primary arc until you reach 94 overall. At that point, you get takeover for both primary and secondary arcs. If you're pure, you stay hot longer at 94.
So this is really interesting. If you're, let's say, a slashing shot creator, when you reach 94 overall, your takeover will also affect your slashing abilities. A lot of people made pure sharpshooters last year. If you're a pure sharpshooter, you're gonna be on fire in takeover mode for a much longer time. Now this next segment is pertaining to sharpshooting and shooting in general. Sean Keith asks if you can disable the shot meter, and Mike Wang confirms that yes, you can still turn off the shot meter. Mike says,
sharps are the only builds who get the green animations, i.e. the showboat shot landings.
This is different from 2K18 because I had a playmaking shot creator, a shot creating playmaker, and I used to rain threes with these archetypes and get the same animations, like, you know, the turn around and not face the basket when you know the shot's going in. The question was about whether or not green releases still have the ball bouncing around the rim and off the top of the backboard. Mike Wang says,
every now and then there will be some rim drama, but for the most part, almost every green release will be all net.
We all know that in 2K18 it was a little bit ridiculous with the green releases bouncing all over the rim. You literally have to scream out green to let your teammates know so they don't jump up and get an offensive interference. I'm gonna hold Mike to this because I gotta see this one to believe it. And finally, Mike says,
timing is much tougher, and if you get a defender nearby, you can expect to see a lot of bricks. But a pure sharp in takeover left wide open with good timing is going to hurt a lot of teams.
That goes without saying. There's nothing really new about that information, but he is trying to tell you that a highly contested shot should cause a brick. But obviously a pure sharp left wide open in takeover mode is not gonna miss. The question was, how lethal is a play shot? And Mike says, it's my personal favorite. I made a playmaking shot creator this year on Xbox, didn't really use him too much. He was 6'7", didn't get around to really elevating his talents. But that build, it was the most popular build in 2K18 in my opinion for point guards and a lot of your shooting guards, especially on the park. Mike says that it's his personal favorite, so that makes me feel like the playmaking shot creator is still going to be a beast in NBA 2K19. The next question by King Cole, he asks if playmaking shot creators will be able to get drops, meaning breaking people's ankles to the ground, or is it only primary playmakers?
Only primary playmakers, but primary shot creators are the only ones who can break ankles with a step back jumper.
So this means that if you are a primary playmaker, you have the capability of dropping people to the ground. If you're not a primary playmaker, you don't have that ability. So playmaking shot creators won't have the ability to break somebody to the floor. However, Mike has since updated that statement. B8 asks, so if you have a 94 overall sharp with playmaking secondary, and I activate the secondary takeover abilities, will I be able to ankle break someone and make them fall? And Mike Wang says yes. So it's clear, once you're in takeover mode, anything goes. If you have playmaking as your secondary, you can still drop somebody to the ground. You just won't be able to break someone to the floor on any normal circumstances unless playmaker is your primary archetype. Same thing for your slashing shot creator. That's another archetype that gets gold ankle breaker. He will not be able to make people fall to the ground, but he'll definitely be able to make them stumble. Only thing is he doesn't confirm that step back jumper ankle breaker, if that's going to be an ankle breaker that drops you to the floor. It might just be a stumble animation. Mike Wang continues.
Shot creators get a boost when shooting advanced jumpers like spin and step back shots. Can also break ankles with step back jumpers when in takeover.
So now Mike is saying that they can get ankle breakers probably to the floor, but only in takeover mode. So much like Kyrie Irving's ankle breaker on Brandon Knight when he did the step back jumper, you can do a step back and break somebody's ankles. I'm starting to think that takeover mode is going to really encourage selfish players to get the ball into the hot hand. That's something I talk about all the time with my teammates. If someone's hot, you got to get the ball into his hands. This year, you're really going to want to take advantage of that. And finally, about shooting. Mike Wang says,
someone behind you or lying on the floor shouldn't affect you at all.
And this was an answer to a question pertaining to getting past the defender, taking a shot, and still being highly contested when the defender is behind you. And last but not least, we're going to cover post scoring in takeover. Mike Wang says,
post scorers get a lot in takeover. Power backdowns, clear outs, and spin drive content unique to their archetype. Boosted hooks, fades, shimmies.
So this changes everything, man. I had some of my teammates under the impression that I was only going to work with Shaquille O'Neal kind of players. They're quick scorers. I wanted to have 2 rebounding athletics at 7 feet. But now we have a true go-to player in the post, especially if he's in takeover mode. A lot of good friends of mine like Zilla and Baby Shaq are going to really appreciate this. So that's it for this video for NBA 2K19 news. Stay tuned for my next video where I'll be covering playmakers, slashers, lockdown defenders, and glass cleaners. Shout out to King Wang for letting me distort his voice like that. As always, smack that like button, turn on notifications so you can catch the next video, and I'll see you in the next one.
I was too. I'm part of it too. This man decided to take it in.
Come on. Can I freaking pass? No, it automatically hold me. It's trying to hold me. Yeah, I'm gonna let you do you. Pull up for the 3 right there on the zone.
He didn't like it.
Oh! Get the fuck out.
That was a 4-pointer too.